Osheaga is happening July 31st to August 2nd at Parc Jean Drapeau in Montreal. And one of the things I love about this festival is that you don't have to be a super fan of every artist on the lineup. What I really appreciate about this festival is that they do a really great curation depending on what genre you are most in love with. If you love hip hop, there's a handful of hip hop artists. Electronic music, indie rock, that's kind of like a key for me. I'm really looking forward to that. Or pop. So there's something for everyone. I'll be covering Osheaga from a few different angles: music, the festival experience, and of course the food. So if you want to follow along this weekend, head on to my Instagram at Chef Eva B. EVABEE, and I'll be posting live there. There are many different stages at Osheaga, but a few things I want to point out about the food selection. The Bell River stage has some Balkan food. They have Thena will be there, providing some Greek street food. And then if you want more fast food kind of thing, you can go to the Coca-Cola Island stage. They'll have snack bars, some fruit cups. I already see a theme here. There's going to be a lot of variety. If I were to compare to Ottawa Blues Fest, more fresher options, more handheld options like sandwiches. But you know what? Poutine, we're in Quebec. Poutine still reigns. Chom Chom is a Vietnamese street food vendor that is at Le Central in Montreal. If you haven't been there, it's kind of like this high-end food court. I love that experience there. They're going to be there. And another vendor, Gaspésie, they'll be doing more seafood forward things as implied by their name. They are also from Le Central. So if you want gourmet or if you want fast food or poutine or beaver tails, they will literally have everything you could need. And one thing I did notice is that there will be smoked meat. Viande fumée à la Montréalaise will be there. And that is one artist's dream to have. One artist I'm really excited to highlight for Osheaga is Vandelux. I had the chance to ask him a few questions about the festival and what it means to him returning to Canada. He is originally from Vancouver and has spent the last few years living in the US. I couldn't resist asking him about food because if you know me, you know food is always part of the conversation. He said that when he comes to Montreal, he would be very disappointed if he didn't make it to Schwartz's Deli. And he's also looking forward to coffee and breakfast at September Cafe. If you're going to be in Montreal for the weekend, I would definitely recommend. Those are two great recommendations. I don't know where he got those from, but that sounds great. What I really like about his music, first of all, he's playing at 4 o'clock on Friday, July 31st. Definitely check him out because if you listen to his music, you might think, okay, this is just another plug and play DJ set. But looking at concert footage that people have uploaded, he's very involved with making the music live. And I find that one of the most impressive things about DJs nowadays, or people who make dance music, is mixing, playing piano, playing brass instruments live, singing live on top of music and making it all kind of sound like this cohesive vibe. I'm really, really looking forward to his set. Whether you are heading to Osheaga, another summer festival, or if you're one of the many people in the Serbian community traveling back home to Serbia this summer, there are actually a lot of similarities when it comes to packing. You want to be comfortable, you want to save money, and you want to have those little things with you that make a difference, right? So here are my favorite travel and festival tips for food. Bring a sturdy food container. If you're bringing a sandwich or snacks, don't just throw them in a soft bag where everything can get crushed. I actually love finally dipping into my hoard of saved takeout containers for travel. They're lightweight, and once you're done, you can just recycle them wherever you are, and that gives you some extra room in your bag. Another thing I always recommend is reusable cutlery. Sometimes you get those wooden forks with a strange texture or a really flimsy plastic utensil when you're given airplane food or if you grab something from a food court. So if you have a small reusable kit with a fork, spoon, even chopsticks, and a collapsible straw, that can be really useful. Of course, check airport rules to make sure everything is allowed through security. Now let's talk drinks. I love caffeine, so I always like having single serve coffee sticks with me. You can actually find some pretty decent instant coffee options, especially at health food stores. And I also recommend bringing electrolytes. A lot of the time when we're hungry during travel, we might actually just be dehydrated. Airplanes are dry. Festivals are hot. You're walking much more than you normally would. So before spending any money on expensive airport sandwiches or a festival snack, even though there are many delicious things, try water and electrolytes first. It might be what your body actually needs. And then the next tip, look ahead at food options. I already let you know what I'm looking forward to at Osheaga, but if you're at an airport traveling through a new city, check what's available before you arrive, because when you arrive tired and hungry, making decisions it becomes so much harder, right? So a little bit of planning means you get to actually look forward to and enjoy the experience of the food. Last thing too, if you can grab some seasoning packets from food courts, or just look in like, I don't know, if you have like a little camping stash, maybe a favorite spice blend, some salt or pepper or hot sauce, it can make something like a bland airport or airplane meal feel a little bit more hearty. Finally, if you are traveling internationally, think about your body's schedule. Jet lag is difficult because your body is operating on your home time zone. One thing that is actually scientifically proven is to adjust your meal times based on your destination. So if you're traveling from Canada to Serbia, your body might think it's nighttime, when in Serbia it's the morning. So if you eat your breakfast during Serbia breakfast time, and you can even, if you're like very much into biohacking or whatever, you can very much do this a week or two before you leave. Whether you're heading to a festival or flying across the ocean, bring a backpack, stay hydrated, and enjoy the journey.